So a new test is developed to test for organic matter in soil samples, giving positive or negative results to indicate that a sample does or does not contain organic matter. For a soil sample to contain organic matter, the test will give a positive result 95% of the time and a negative result or a false negative 5% of the time. For a soil sample that does not contain organic matter, the test will give a positive result, a false positive, 20% of the time, and a negative result 80% of the time. The study included a population of 1,000 soil samples, and 70% of those were known to contain organic material. And if necessary, so then it says fill in the missing values in the table fill in the missing values in the table and statement below. If necessary, round the percentage to 1 decimal place. So what we're going to do is they gave us some data here, and we're trying to figure out what goes where, right? So first thing is contains organic matter, all right? And so contains organic matter, we're looking for the negative result. So we got to go back up here and we got to look at the part where it says contains organic matter. So this one says it contains organic matter, and then we're looking for the negative result, right? So that's 5% of the time. So 5% of 70, 700, because the number of samples is 700. Now, there's two ways to do this. I could just subtract 600, because it's either positive or negative. I could subtract 6. Let me just show you. I could subtract the positive ones, and that'll give me the negative results, right? Because you can't have one, or you got to have one or the other, right? So if I say 700 minus 665, well, that gives me 35. But it also says that 5% of those 700 would test negative. So what you can do is you could say 700 times 5%, but 5% as a decimal is 0.05, and guess what that equals? 35. So now let's move on to the next one. It says does not contain organic matter. So then we go down and we read the part where it does not contain organic matter, and now we're looking for the positive result, which is 20% of the time. So there's two ways I can do that. I know that the positive result plus the negative result has to equal 300, right? And we're looking for the positive result. So the same thing there. I could take 300 and multiply that by 20%, which is really just 0.2. Or I could take 300 and subtract the total number of negative results, which is 240. Either way, I get 60. Okay. So then it says if the soil sample gives a positive result, it is blank likely to have organic matter. So what they're really asking is positive result that contains organic matter. So we want positive results that contain organic matter. Now this one's a little trickier. So let's reread the question. It says, if the soil sample gives a positive result, it is blank percent likely that the soil contains organic matter. So what we've got to do is we've got to look at all the positive results, right? So I've got to say, how many positive results did we have? 655 plus 60. Now that I think that's 715, right? So let's do a little math on the calculator. So if I say 655 plus 60, that's 715. But now the question they're saying, what percentage contains organic matter? Well, that would be this one. There's only 655. So you're going to take your 655. My tablet's not here today, so I'm just winging it. Over 715. That does not look like a 5 at all. We'll fix that. All right, and we're going to round this to the nearest decimal. So if I take 655 and divide that by 715, I get 91.6. It says we can round it to the 10th. So I would say approximately 91.3. Why did I round it there? Because it's 91.7%. And that's it.